Have you ever been in a fight when the recoil suddenly gets so strong that you miss every shot? Console players have to deal with a unique struggle when it comes to recoil, and it can feel pretty unfair. The controller works fine, but some design limits and hidden mechanics make controlling recoil tougher than it should be. Today, I'll explain why console players have trouble with recoil, what causes those annoying aim jumps, and most importantly, how you can fix it. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know how to spray more smoothly, miss less, aim with more confidence in every fight. Let's start with the main difference. Aiming with a mouse gives you very fine control. You can make tiny adjustments, move with pixel precision, and snap your aim instantly. With a controller, your stick is analog, slower and less precise. When recoil starts, your thumb has to pull the stick down to counter small movements, and those small movements are the hardest to manage with analog sticks. Because of this, every bit of recoil feels stronger. You can't fine-tune your corrections in just a few milliseconds. That's why many console players feel like their aim falls apart when recoil starts, since the stick just can't keep up. Every weapon in Apex has a recoil pattern, with predictable upward pulls and sometimes side-to-side movement. On console, your stick movement needs to match that pattern exactly. Since your precision is lower, you might overcorrect, undercorrect, or move too slowly. You may get the first few shots right, but as the recoil increases, your corrections start to fall behind. Also, the game gives you very short recovery windows, small moments of recoil reset between bursts or when you stop firing. On PC, those windows allow subtle repositioning. On the controller, they're tight, and it's easy to drift in between, making your aim jump out of control. Even if your stick can respond, your settings might be fighting against you. If your sensitivity is too high, every recoil correction becomes an overreaction. Too low, your adjustments are sluggish. And don't forget dead zone. If your dead zone is too large, small inputs don't register, meaning minor corrective flicks disappear entirely. On console, striking the exact balance is critical. If your look sensitivity is in the right range, your thumb drift remains manageable and your stick corrections feel smoother. You'll gain far more control of recoil. These adjustments aren't optional, they're essential. Let's talk about the technical trouble that nobody mentions enough. On console, when frames drop or input lags, your stick input gets delayed. That means when recoil happens, your correction input is late by a few frames. With every slight delay, you get punished harder because the recoil has already expanded. You don't notice small stutters consciously, but your aim feels off. That's the difference. On PC with high frame rates, input lag is almost invisible. On console, it stacks up in stressful fights and you feel it. That's why smoothing performance, minimizing drops is part of controlling recoil, not just tweaking sensitivity. You've probably heard spray in bursts. On console, that's not just a tip, it's often a necessity, because the longer your spray, the more recoil curves out of control. Segment your sprays into manageable bursts, reposition, reset your aim, then re-engage. Combine that with strafing and aim control. Don't just stand in the open while spraying, especially as recoil grows. Use cover, pressure angles, and slice down fights into digestible chunks. That strategy helps mitigate the natural disadvantage the stick gives you. The final layer isn't hardware, it's how you approach recoil. Many players switch sensitivity mid-match, panic mid-spray, or default to spray and pray. You can't win consistency that way. Instead, pick one sensitivity, dead zone, and aim curve combination and train with it. Practice in the firing range with repeated sprays. Don't constantly change your settings after every loss. Muscle memory builds over hours, not minutes. Understand your weakness zones. Maybe mid-range full auto is your weakness, and focus training there. Additionally, examine the differences between PC and console play. Watch PC players and adapt what you can, not just copy what you can't do on a controller. So there it is, the real reasons console players struggle with recoil and the fixes you can use. Lower sensitivity that lets you correct comfortably, fine-tune dead zone, mind your sprays, control your movement, and never blame your thumb. Tell me, What's your worst recoil weapon on console? And what settings have you tried to tame it? Drop that in the comments. If this video helped you see the glitch behind your aim, hit that like and subscribe for more console-focused breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.